Hey y'all, it's your friend D, and in today's video, we're going to be making my doll a Mardi Gras costume. Last year, I made her this costume. Originally, I was going to buy new craft supplies for this project, but I've decided to just use what I have on hand already. So here are some of the items that I already have on hand, and I'm sorry about the glare from the packaging there, but I'm going to use these two dresses from the Dollar Tree, and I think I can make them into something really nice and it'll help cut down on my sewing time. I also have these gems from the Dollar Tree. I think these are for nail art and they're in the Mardi Gras color, so I think I can use the smaller ones in this project. These feathers and some purple ones were left from last year, so I'm going to try to use them. I also have two shades of gold thread and I'll probably use these to stitch both of the dresses together. And I have this tiara from the Princess and the Frog fashion pack that I got from the Dollar Tree. And Princess Tiana is from New Orleans, and I thought that was very fitting for this costume. And yeah, I think the details on it will go very nicely with this. I will have to paint this gold. Even though I'm using green, I don't like this color green. So my idea is to combine both of these dresses into one costume. And the green one, I'm going to pretty much just leave that as is. I'm not going to cut anything off of it. So I'll leave the straps on and I'll leave this ruffle on the bottom. The gold one, I will take the top portion off and just use the skirt to add to the green dress. So I'm going to take my seam ripper and take the skirt off, but I think I'm gonna have to do it off camera because I don't want to stab myself and my camera is in the way. So I got the two pieces separated and I'll keep the top portion for a later project. The Velcro is still on it, so I might just use it as a shirt. And so I'll set this piece aside. The skirt, I am going to leave this back seam in. I was going to completely rip that out, but I think it's going to help me to not have to sew so much, so we'll just leave it in for now. So I put Tanja in the dress so I can get more of a visual of what I'm thinking about doing. So I'm going to take the gold skirt and I'm going to try to fit it underneath the green dress to lengthen it a little bit. So I think that's gonna look pretty nice, but I also want a portion of that gold up here to kind of create another one of these ruffles. So I'll have to save some of the fabric off of that gold skirt. So I'll probably cut this much off and that'll be the ruffle and the rest of it be the bottom of the skirt. Here's what the dress is looking like. I still have to hem this top ruffle and I think that's going to work out just fine. I left the original hem at the bottom, but I still might make it shorter. And it is looking like an 80s prom dress right now, but I think in the end it's going to look really nice. I'm going to use some of these nail gems to make my design on the dress. So I'm just going to put them in this area. And right now I'm only going to use gold. And I'm going to put these on with just a little bit of tacky glue. So I have some here on some wax paper and I'm going to apply it with a toothpick. And I did put some wax paper between the dress, between the front and back, just to make sure that the glue doesn't seep all the way through the fabric. So here's my design, and I think it looks really nice. I did add a few purple gems to it. I just thought it needed a third color. And I remembered as the glue started to dry that I needed to stretch my fabric because once the glue dries, it could cause the fabric not to have as much stretch and you'll run the risk of popping the gems off when you put the doll in. So I decided to put in a piece of foam board just to stretch the fabric while the glue dries for the gems. Next, I want to work on my headpiece, and I'm going to cover this with a mixture of black paint and Mod Podge first, and then I'm going to add my gold paint, and I'll be using this folk art paint from Walmart. Now I'm going to take some of those feathers that I had left over from last year's project, and I'm going to layer them on top of each other. So I have a green one and a purple one, and I just cut them down to the size that I wanted. And I'm going to glue them onto the headpiece like this. I took a piece of leftover paperboard and I cut a simple mask out of it. And I'm not going to double this. I'm just going to use this one layer. And I think it should be sturdy enough. And I'm going to glue it onto a toothpick and make my doll a little masquerade mask for her costume. So Tanya is now ready for the Mardi Gras parades, and she is looking fabulous in her costume made up of things from the Dollar Tree. So let's take a closer look at it. I'm so happy I used that little Princess Tiana headpiece. It looks really nice with the gems and the feathers. I wanted to keep her mask very simple, so I just painted it gold and I kept all the sparkle to one side. So it's just a few of those gems and some small beads and two feathers to one side. The design on the dress came out really nice. The glue dried clear, and she still has the straps for the dress. I like the way it looked with the straps and without, but for now she's going to wear it strapless and the straps are just tucked down inside the dress. And the bottom of the dress looks really nice, and you can still see a little bit of the asymmetricalness of it. And these kind of remind me of scrunchies. So yeah, and I did end up hemming the bottom a little bit more because I wanted it to poof out some more. So my friends, if you have questions about anything in this video, please leave it in the comments below. I will try my best to answer your questions. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I'll see you next time, my friends. Bye-bye.